This broadcast is closed captioned for the deaf and hard of hearing.
Now, from WROC TV, this is News Channel 8 Weekend Edition.
It's worse than originally thought. The earthquake that rattled Livingston County has shut down the Axo salt mine. Plus, at 86, Katharine Hepburn isn't slowing down. We'll take you behind the scenes of tonight's Sunday night movie. Good evening. Thanks for joining us tonight. We begin with your 11-minute look at the day's top news, weather, and sports. The aftermath of yesterday's earthquake is still being felt. A Livingston County company is finding that it has been hit pretty hard. The Axo salt mine suffered structural damage from the quake, which measured 3.6 on the Richter scale. Right now, the company is assessing the problem. Water is filling part of the mine. This is video from Axo of crews looking at the mine last night. Company officials say this is a new section of the mine. Meanwhile, a local environmental group says the earthquake could have been more damaging to the valley.
Also, not only was there water coming in, but we found a disturbance in the atmosphere. In other words, the air was not as clean as we would like. That has changed and has gone down.
That could have been a borehole that cracked instead of a bridge, and that there would be toxic slurry spilling all over our valley and spreading into the Genesee River.
Axo representatives say this isn't the first time they've had to deal with water in a mine. The company says it already pumps water out from another mine shaft. It has a permit to pump the water into the Genesee River. It's a parent's worst nightmare. This week, an East Rochester couple pressed charges against an old family friend they had known and trusted for years. The friend allegedly betrayed their trust by molesting their 7-year-old daughter. In this exclusive interview, News Channel 8 reporter Robin Taylor talks to the parents about the alleged abuse.
It was devastating news that has left these parents feeling lost and confused. Their 7-year-old daughter says she was molested by a family friend who used to babysit. They've asked we not reveal their identity to spare their daughter.
Yeah, I guess I would have to say it's hard to believe he would do something like this, being as close to our family.
28-year-old George Costarellis was arrested on Thursday. He's been charged with sodomy and sexual abuse for allegedly touching the child and forcing her to perform oral sex when she was 5.
He put his hands down her pants on numerous occasions. He exposed himself on numerous occasions.
We tried to contact Mr. Costarellis, but we're told he had no comment at this time.
Yeah, we'd like the camera off, please.
And then we'll talk to you, but turn the camera off, please.
According to the girl's mother, Costarellis threatened to kill her if she ever told.
I want to see him off the streets. I want to see him in jail. I don't want any other kids touched or hurt or harmed from him.
According to police, there's no evidence any other children were involved. Right now, Costarellis is free on bail. He'll be back in court on Monday. In East Rochester, Robin Taylor, News Channel 8.
Keep in mind there are no indictments in the case yet. At this point, it's the word of a 7-year-old girl against a 28-year-old man. But that's also one of the reasons cases like this are difficult to prosecute. A Palmyra woman accused of shooting her husband as he slept faces her accusers tomorrow. Opening arguments in the trial of Ann Blackburn are set to begin in the morning. Blackburn admitted to shooting her husband, but says she did so because she feared for her life. She claims to have been physically and emotionally abused. Her attorney will call a psychologist to testify about battered women's syndrome. A city man will be arraigned in the morning after a 5-hour standoff with police last night. In these exclusive pictures, you see 21-year-old Michael Greer surrendering to police. He was holed up in the house on Marshall Street. Greer was wanted for an attempted murder and had a warrant from Syracuse on drug charges. Police tried to contact him, but when he refused to speak with them, they waited him out and eventually used tear gas.
The house was surrounded and secured, and since then it's been ongoing. We've tried to make contact with him. The negotiations were attempted to no avail.
Greer was unarmed when he gave himself up. The last big contingent of Fort Drum troops are home tonight from Somalia. It was a hero's welcome for the 400 members of the 2nd Battalion, 22nd Infantry. The troops spent 39 hours on the plane before arriving around midnight last night. They were greeted by a packed house of family and friends.
I really missed him a lot.
You glad to have your daddy home?
I got it before you.
Yeah.
I got it before you.
Being in the army. He's at Somalia.
The troops will be welcomed and thanked personally by President Clinton, who will visit Fort Drum on Tuesday. Another state gubernatorial candidate made his pitch in the area today. Former Congressman Bill Green of Manhattan was in Geneseo for a campaign stop this afternoon. Although he has not formally announced his bid, he says he plans on winning the party's nomination to face Mario Cuomo. He says the primary issue in this race is jobs.
The fact that the governor's taxing and spending policies are destroying the state. People are voting with their feet and leaving. Businesses are voting with their feet and leaving because there's a better business climate elsewhere.
Republicans say Cuomo is weakest in this, his fourth run for office. Across America tonight, police in North Carolina have hunted down a man believed to be a serial killer. Henry Lewis Wallace of Charlotte was charged with 10 counts of murder today. Authorities say the 28-year-old knew his female victims and worked with them in restaurants. At least 9 were found strangled to death in a 2-year period. Wallace may be responsible for an 11th murder in South Carolina. Around the world, thousands of airline passengers in England had to be diverted to outlying airports or waited in terminals for hours. All of this because of bomb threats at London's Heathrow and Gatwick airports. Today's action was sparked by 3 mortar attacks on the Heathrow airport since Wednesday. Although those bombs did not explode, the Irish Republican Army has claimed responsibility for the first attack. They say the British government is ignoring their warnings and gambling with people's lives. Israel and the PLO are coming close to sitting together at the negotiating table. Deputy Foreign Minister Yossi Beilin says American involvement is in part responsible for the movement toward reaching peace. Talks originally broke off after a Jewish settler's mass killings of Muslims at a mosque in Hepburn last month. Despite a positive outlook toward the scheduled March 21st peace talks, PLO leaders feel Israel's cabinet is not doing enough in banning 2 Jewish extremist groups. The release of the hit movie Schindler's List has evoked painful memories for many Jews. But today they came together to recount those memories and pay tribute to another man who was a friend of the Jews during World War II. Robin Biletsky, a Ukrainian Christian who lives in Rochester now, risked his life at a young age to save the Jews from the Nazis. He was honored today in a tribute by a few local Holocaust associations. Also in Brighton, members of a church there today decided the fate of their parish. And members of St. Mark's Lutheran Church have voted to shut their doors. The church has suffered financial problems and declining membership. The church will apparently stay open until the end of the year as long as the money is there. Well, he's been a man's best friend and a dedicated partner for years. And today, a state trooper spent his last day with his canine partner, Champ. Champ has been teamed with Trooper John Hipsch for 5 years, but tomorrow will be a sad day as the police dog has been diagnosed with a degenerative spinal condition. He'll be put to sleep. But his memory will live on for Hipsch and many others. Well, 11 at 11 continues now with your first look at the weather. Tomorrow has to be a little better than today. Let's find out from meteorologist Mike Goldberg, who joins us from the Weather Center. Mike?
Yeah, a little gray out there today, Brett, but we do have some hope for tomorrow. I think we will see a few peaks of sunshine and temperatures will respond and rebound back up to around 40 degrees or so. Check out Storm Track 8 radar. We had some precipitation earlier tonight that has since tapered on down, and we just have some dense fog to deal with tonight. Most of the precipitation now is through Syracuse and Ithaca around the Binghamton region. Rain and snow mix, but we are basically done with it except for a few passing snow flurries here and there. Our satellite picture will go into motion and show you that the clouds continue to move off to the east. Notice the breaks coming in across Michigan. That's going to be ours during the midday hour tomorrow, so I am hopeful we'll see some sunshine after the fog lifts tomorrow morning. Right now on our weather map, the cold front heading off to the east, that colder air coming across the relatively warm waters of the Great Lakes, producing some of that fog because Lake Erie is still ice covered, keep in mind, so we're getting some real areas of dense fog down around northeastern Ohio, and there has been a dense fog advisory posted for the central southern tier, so if you are venturing out tonight down to the south, some areas of dense fog, otherwise just mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 20s. Now for tomorrow, clouds mixing with some sunny intervals after that morning fog, a rather seasonable day, a high of 41 degrees, so that's some good news. We've got more precipitation in the forecast, I'm sure you expected, and we'll talk about some warm temperatures out west in just a few minutes. Back to you, Brent.
Okay, Mike, thanks a lot. Jim Noble has First Sports, and I guess they had a pretty good crowd at the War Memorial Day.
Yeah, about 6,000 out there tonight. Big crowd, big game. They were calling it the biggest game of the year, the Amherst players, that is. The Binghamton Rangers invading the War Memorial tonight. And for whatever reason, the Amherst came out bumped up in this one. Second period, check out the passing. Victor Gordiak, James Black. Quickly, it's 2-0 Rochester. We go to the third. Black going for the hat trick. Watch the give and go with Mikhail Volkov. Black fires it home, and the Amherst skate to a 4-2 win over the Rangers tonight. Well, if you want to follow the Syracuse Orangemen through the NCAA basketball tournament, Be prepared to stay up late or fly a long way. Syracuse has been sent out to the West Regional in Utah as the 4th seed. They will face Hawaii in the first round on Thursday. The Orange certainly wanted to be playing today in New York. Instead, it was Providence and Georgetown for the Big East Championship. Rob Phelps put this one away for the Friars. Providence wins its first Big East Championship ever. The Friars 74, Georgetown 64. And finally, Nick Price captured the Honda Classic down in Florida, a 66 today. This birdie on 17 put it away. Price collects $198,000, so he can afford to fly out to Ogden, Utah, and watch those Orangemen.
And who would have thought Providence of all teams?
Providence, and they only got the 8th seed in their regional too. So if they didn't win today, they probably weren't getting in.
Okay, Jim. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Well, at 86, Katharine Hepburn is showing no signs of slowing down. Coming up next, behind the scenes of This Can't Be Love. Stick around.
Why do people come 100, even 200 miles just to shop at the new McLeod Macedon Autoplex? It's no puzzle. With high-volume pricing on Ford, Chevy, and Geo, plus factory buyback rentals, all makes, all models, you save more as we sell more. And that goes for some of the nicest used vehicles you'll find anywhere. Fact is, if you're within 200 miles, it's worth the drive to get high-volume pricing at the new McLeod Macedon Autoplex. Take Thruway exit 45 to I-490 North, then Route 31 east to Macedon.
We see storms coming hours before they appear on other radar systems in town. Storm Track 8 has two components. First, it is a sophisticated network of radars that offers the clearest live pictures of our region. It truly is superior to any single-site system. Secondly, Storm Track 8 is an early warning system for tracking severe weather. When Channel 8 viewers see these symbols on their screen, they know heavy weather is on the way.
Rochester's best radar, Storm Track 8, with meteorologist Kevin Williams.
Hey, Mark Dolby, got a minute?
No.
Your new Grand Am down there, very sporty.
And it's got standard airline brakes.
Yeah?
Airbag. Free 24-hour roadside assistance.
Really?
Courtesy transportation.
So how much?
$229 a month.
$229 a month?
With Pontiac's 3-year smart drive.
So while the import prices are way up,
Grand Am's hold the line. Gotta go!
Where you going? Whoa!
Now get $1,000 cash back on Grand Am at your Pontiac Performers.
Only one gift in the world gives you fruition. It's free with any $15 Estee Lauder purchase. Yours through March 26th at Kaufman's.
You're watching News Channel 8.
Well, if you watched the movie This Can't Be Love tonight, you are watching a film legend. Katharine Hepburn has been in show business for 61 years. CBS reporter Ernie Ernastis takes us on a behind-the-scenes look at the great stars of this touching movie.
I'm up early and I eat a nice breakfast and I come to work and I get made up and I curl my hair, which looks very nice, I think. And here I am, for better or for worse.
Here she is, all right, at age 86 and still going strong. This Can't Be Love was filmed in Vancouver. The project reunited Hepburn with director Tony Harvey. The two had last worked together 25 years ago on the Academy Award winner, The Lion in Winter.
Kate, don't move down the stairs.
I think some of her ideas are brilliant. Some of them not. But she's extraordinary. And I find it very challenging. She keeps you on your toes.
Indeed, it would seem that Katharine Hepburn keeps everyone on their toes here, even veteran actor Anthony Quinn, who has known her for decades.
My gosh, I've dreamt of working with her since I was first saw her in Philadelphia Story. And she would come backstage every time I did a play in New York and say, we've got to work together.
Well, I think he can act. And he's amusing and he has an entertaining personality. Just like mine.
The Hepburn personality has kept us entertained in a career that now spans 61 years. This Can't Be Love is her 50th film, and in it she plays a woman not unlike herself, independent, strong-willed, legendary.
I've been lucky, but I try not to do things that are totally unsuitable to me. And yet I don't like to do things that make me just monotonous and always the same. In other words, I like to be witty, fascinating, lovely.
Talk with her for a bit and you'll realize that Katharine Hepburn is all those things and more. She is also grateful for all that has come her way.
I've been very lucky. and I appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Ernie Anastas for CBS.
A legend indeed. Well, Jim returns in just a bit with more on the outlook for the Syracuse Orangemen basketball team. But next, Mike Goldberg has your forecast, including word on the week ahead. Stick around.
Here's a camera tip. In order to get a nice, steady picture, one that doesn't jiggle or bounce around, remember, it's important your camera be mounted on a solid object specially designed to minimize vibration. Dodge Intrepid, running at, let's say, 85 miles an hour, would be a particularly good choice. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
Now see your dealer for special low lease rates on Intrepid.
February 1993, David Koresh shocks the world. The self-proclaimed Messiah leads his people to a fiery death, leaving many questions. Now, one man is going back to find the answers. Maury in Waco.
What kind of place was this?
The pain.
For what reason? I want to know why.
Answers from the ashes on the next Maury.
Monday morning at 9 on News Channel 8.
She abandoned her baby. Now she wants him back.
They've had him since he was 5 months old.
You put him in a VCR box and abandoned him by a garbage bin, never even served a day in jail, and now you want the child back.
Right.
I don't understand how somebody can go through 9 months, give birth, and then throw it away.
Castaway children.
The worst possible thing any person can do on this earth is to kill or abandon an infant.
Next, Geraldo.
Monday at 4 on News Channel 8.
Hi, folks. I'm John Gabrielli from Marina Dodge. With St. Patrick's Day just around the corner, we're into saving the green for you here at Marina Dodge with these new car specials, like a 1994 Dodge Shadow with automatic transmission for just $5 down, $163 a month, or this 1994 Dodge Caravan for $5 down, $274 a month, or that 1994 Ram pickup, $5 down, $254 a month. Call us right now at 342-5000 or come on down.
Marina Dodge will make a believer out of you.
News Channel 8 at 5 with Bob Kirk, Wanda Miller, Kevin Williams with weather, and John Kutchko on sports. It's News Channel 8 at 5, weekdays.
Mike's here with your forecast, and I guess we have a little fog rolling in tonight.
Yeah, we do. We have some of that colder air coming across the lake waters, and it is producing some dense fog out there because there's a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. Luckily, the precipitation's gone, though.
That's good news.
But you do have to watch out for some icy spots, too, because temperatures are now headed below freezing. We're actually now at 31 degrees on the outside with mostly cloudy skies. Humidity 85%, a southwesterly wind right now at 6 miles per hour, and the pressure is falling. Around the region, we have still a few rain and snow showers off to our east, but other than that, not too much going on here in the immediate Rochester area. Temperatures right around the freezing point. A little bit of a dusting of snow on the ground at Swain Ski Center. They're coming in with 31 degrees. The only other spots reporting any kind of rain or snow activity, a few flakes flying in Sodus Bay and also down around the Bath area. A mixed bag of some rain and snow. Again, watch for some icy spots out there and also some dense fog through the nighttime hours. Today's high temperatures you can notice across the country, or actually across the Northeast. We're on the chilly side across northern New England, but down to the south in the middle Atlantic states and down through southern Pennsylvania, readings very comfortable for this time of the year. 52 around Pittsburgh. Check out Washington, 60 degrees. And even Boston, Massachusetts, making it up to 49 degrees. But this was not where the warm air was found. Out west was where we could find those mild readings. 89 degrees today in downtown Los Angeles, a new record high. These were all record highs set. 87 in San Diego, 78 in Oakland, even San Francisco topping out about 80, 81 in Sacramento. Look at the mild air all the way into portions of Montana and Wyoming. This is due to the Santa Ana winds coming downwind, mostly sunny skies and nice weather out there for them. For us, we dealt with the cool temperatures, and Storm Track 8 radar shows you where the precipitation is now, basically off to our east. So that's some good news for us. We're basically beginning to dry out, although still with all that moisture in the atmosphere, we do have some dense fog developing. A trough of low pressure starting to dig in across the Appalachians is going to swing some of this moisture northbound during the overnight hours and into tomorrow, but that should stay along the middle Atlantic coast. Major cities like Philadelphia, New York, and Boston will have to worry about a little bit of rain tomorrow morning, but other than that, not too much going on. Satellite picture will show you the cold air is headed in from the northwest. A few breaks in the clouds back across Michigan, and that's going to be some good news for us tomorrow. We will see some sunshine in the picture, But notice there's another system back right behind it. That's going to increase our clouds tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, possibly a few raindrops or snowflakes flying around here again by nighttime, and that'll continue into early Tuesday as this system comes on by, and gusty northwesterly winds on Tuesday may produce some lake effect snow showers and some colder air for the middle of the week, while the warm air continues to build out west, and eventually I think we'll see some of that, but that won't be until next weekend. Here's your forecast for the overnight hours. Mostly cloudy skies, areas of fog, a dense fog advisory in effect for the southern tier. Temperatures dropping into the upper 20s. For tomorrow, we'll see a few breaks of sunshine. Temperatures will rebound to near seasonable levels, a high of about 41 degrees. Extended forecast, we get a few rain or snow showers tomorrow night into Tuesday. Then the temperatures start to go down again with a few lake effect snow showers tomorrow night. And by Thursday, we start to come back up again to about 40 degrees with a good deal of sunshine. And I think we have a shot at making the 50s next weekend. Let's keep our fingers crossed.
We'll shoot for it.
Okay.
All right, Mike, thanks a lot. Jim Noble with sports, and all eyes on Ogden, Utah.
Isn't that where the Osmonds are from? I remember that from when I was little, the Donnie Marie show. Anyway, we will tell you where Syracuse is headed in the NCAAs. As Brett said, it's not close. And a fantastic effort for the Emirates tonight at the War Memorial. Sports is next.
It's Bryce Marine's open house show and sale this weekend, March 19th to 20th. All new and used boats at final winter sale prices at Bryce Marine, 1682 Manitou Road.
On the next coach.
Feel like an ad for rum.
Luther's bird has flown the coop.
Sunshine, you get back here!
So Hayden flies to the rescue. But is a bird in the hand worth $200 in the living room?
How do we get him out?
Maybe if I wash my car and put it out back, they'll all land on top of it.
Bye-bye, birdie.
Either I just sat on a tube of toothpaste or a bird's been on a couch.
Coach.
Hazleton, your mega dealer, brings you March Madness. This Monday only, it's first come, first to score at Hazleton.
Hazleton Chevy.
Till Monday at 9, buy any new remaining 93 car truck for just $1 over dealer cost.
Hazleton Nissan Jeep.
All 94 models will be marked down, plus during special hours, select brand new 94s will be sold for just $1 over dealer cost.
Hazleton Toyota.
We have more than 250 used car specials starting from just $34.90. It's March Madness now at Hazleton.
Can't explain love. Between love and madness lies obsession.
Obsession for Men, Calvin Klein. Your gift with any $32 Obsession for Men purchase at Kaufman's.
There's something worth talking about on Rolonda. Could gambling become America's favorite family pastime?
It's fun. They don't gamble.
Should children be exposed to gambling?
Well, I think exposure is good for them, and they're exposed to it everywhere anyway.
Children just don't belong on a casino floor. More than 90% of compulsive gamblers started as teenagers.
I started gambling when I was about 15.
It's something worth talking about on the next Rolonda.
Monday morning at 10 on News Channel 8.
Well, the big tourney starts this week, and I guess if Syracuse had advanced better in the Big East tournament, they may have been closer to home.
Look at this as punishment and nothing less, Brett. They could have gone to the Big Apple, to the nation's capital, or even to sunny Florida. But no such luck for Syracuse. The Orangemen have been exiled to the West Regional, Ogden, Utah, to be exact. Syracuse is the number 4 seed, and they will be facing the Rainbow Warriors of the University of Hawaii. They won the WAC title last night over BYU. Hawaii only 18-14, but they get the automatic bid and their first NCAA appearance. It'll be right here on News Channel 8 on Thursday night, late. Syracuse and Hawaii, the last of 4 games to be played in Utah that night. Meanwhile, here are the teams that got the all-important number 1 seeds in the East: North Carolina. In the Southeast, Purdue, Arkansas, number 1 in the Midwest. And in the West, Missouri. And late tonight, Canisius got a bid to the NIT. Of course, before the brackets were made final, all the conference tournaments had to be wrapped up today. The Big East will send 6 teams to the big dance thanks to a great weekend for both Providence and Georgetown. The Friars and Hoyas meeting for the Big East title in New York. Michael Smith to Dickie Simpkins. PC with the early lead. Smith was the big guy today. 16 points, named the tournament MVP with shots like that. And the Friars held off a Georgetown rally in the second half. Smith coming up again. And Providence wins it 74-64 to take their first Big East championship. Now the ACC championship game pitting North Carolina against upset-minded Virginia. Richard Dean connects on the jumper. Virginia up by 1, but Carolina, as they always seem to do, pulled it out somehow. Derek Phelps check out the pass to Rasheed Wallace for the jam. North Carolina 73, Virginia 66. Wrapping things up, Purdue wins the Big Ten title behind 49 points from Glenn Robinson. Kentucky taking home the SEC title over Florida. It was Louisville, a winner in the Metro Conference, and Nebraska upsets Oklahoma State for the Big 8 championship. Now, from the best teams in college basketball to the worst in the NBA, the Dallas Mavericks are trying to avoid setting a league record for futility. The Mavs only have 8 wins, and they had to face the Houston Rockets tonight. Boy, was Rudy Tomjanovich pumped up about that, huh? Houston in the first half. Kenny Smith with a layup off the pass from Vernon Maxwell. Later on, Vernon with the steal. He will take it all the way himself. The Mavs are now 8-54. Houston wins it 193. Around the NBA, Charles Barkley had 30 for the Suns. Philly snaps its 15-game losing streak. The Lakers beat Minnesota 90-88. Heat over the Celtics in Boston. Clippers late in the fourth leading Golden State. Seattle up on Portland at the half. A big one at the War Memorial tonight. The Amerks really need to start getting into postseason form, and no better way to do it than a big win over those hated Binghamton Rangers. Some players said it was the biggest game of the year, and the Amerks came out fighting. Richie Walcott, sneaks a punch in there. He would take a seat after that. Second period, 2-0 Amerks. James Black, his second of the game, makes it 3-0 Rochester. Bill Horney had 27 saves in the net, a solid performance. There's one of them right there. And Black had a big night, folks. The pass for Mikhail Volkov coming up, and the hat trick for Black. Amerks take it over the Rangers 4-2, hopefully the beginning of a good stretch run.
Well, I hope tonight's the start of everything, you know. I knew I had to shoot the puck more. I've got tremendous line mates and setting me up and stuff like that. You saw that tonight, and it was a lot of fun tonight, and I know I have to pick up the load, but next game's next game, and hopefully I can be there again.
I just think we had to get back on track. We had those couple weeks layoff and played a couple stinkers, I think, and then we got those out of our system, but we played well tonight.
One of the hottest teams in the NHL right now, the Pittsburgh Penguins, who beat the Whalers in Hartford after 3 tries. Olaf Samuelsson makes it 1-0 Pittsburgh. Now, wild play here. Watch this. The slap shot deflects right into the eye of Hartford forward Andrew Cassels, then right into the net. Kind of a tough way to score a goal, and it wasn't enough. The Penguins beat the Whalers 3-2. Elsewhere tonight, Chicago over Vancouver. The Devils blank the Stars. Anaheim over the lowly Ottawa Senators 5-1. Tampa Bay and Philly tie at 5. Well, much more to come on Sunday's Sports Final. The latest from the NASCAR scene, exhibition baseball, and once again on the PGA Tour, the price was right. We'll be right back.
Chrysler Plymouth people have just gone too far. Chrysler minivans are already #1 in sales, and still, Chrysler Plymouth makes improvements, exceeding 1998 safety standards now. Then this, up to $2,600 in cash back and option savings. Right, up to $2,600 on Plymouth Voyager, Grand Voyager, and Chrysler Town & Country. Up to $2,600 in savings. Madness at the minivan store. At your Chrysler Plymouth dealer.
It's drastic. Get truckload savings at Yes. New shipments arriving daily. Get big savings on the top names in TVs, VCRs, home audio, computers, and more. Get this JVC camcorder for just $597. Or get this Packard-Bell computer with a Super VGA monitor for just $899. Plus, you get 0% financing for 90 days, our low price guarantee, and next day delivery. Buy her. Truckload savings and Monday. Yes, your electronics store.
News Channel 8 at 5. The best way to get the information you need. Join Bob Kirk and Wanda Miller for a look at the day's news, plus a preview of what's ahead. Kevin Williams gives us the latest wintry weather, and John Kutchko wraps up the day in sports. News Channel 8 also brings you more with our special financial report, Dollars and Cents, On the Road with Jerry Fiore, and a look at America today. It's the newscast that touches every point of concern. News Channel 8 at 5.
See Cortez Lincoln Mercury now for low payments, biggest selection, and best service in the Rochester area. Buy a 93 Lincoln Mark 8 now and take $10,000 off at Cortez Lincoln Mercury. Lease a 94 Mercury Grand Marquis from $299 a month loaded. Dual airbags, anti-lock brakes, power everything. $299 a month for Grand Marquis. $10,000 off Mark 8. Everything a luxury car should be at Cortez. Everything a luxury car dealer should be. Savings, selection, service, second to none. Cortez Lincoln Mercury, West Henrietta Road.
Welcome back, and for those of you who used to follow the Kodak car on the NASCAR circuit, you've always known Ernie Irvan can drive, but now that he's changed racing teams, Ernie isn't just driving, he's winning. Irvan captured his second straight race, winning the Purolator 500 in Atlanta, an easy one for Ernie, who led the final two-thirds of the race, outlasting Morgan Shepherd for his second win in as many weeks. They stack up like this: Irvan, Shepherd, followed by Darrell Waltrip, Jeff Burton, and Mark Martin. To the links in a battle between a name that had never been inscribed on a trophy before and one that has more than a few championships to his name. Brandel Chambly and Nick Price are the names involved at the final round of the Honda Classic. Chambly had a two-shot lead entering today, but this is Price on 17. Downhill putt from 35 feet that gave him a two-shot lead. The lead was down to 1, and Craig Barry made a late run. This to tie Price on 18, but it never had a chance. And Nick Price wins the Honda. The final board: Price, Perry is 1 back. Brandel Chambly is 2 back. 4 tied at -4, including John Daly. On the LPGA Tour, I'll skip the LPGA Tour. Right to the baseball. Michael Jordan sitting out this one as the White Sox went up against Texas. Sox up by 1 in the 7th. Not anymore. Gary Reedus, a 2-run shot, put Texas up to stay. The Rangers go on to hold off the White Sox today, 7-5. And the Sox said tonight that they will probably send Jordan to the minors in the next 10 days.
I guess with all the media shenanigans and such, the White Sox players probably will appreciate it.
And when you're 0 for 14, too, that probably helps. And one other note, Donna Andrews did win the Ping Welches Championship on the LPGA Tour.
Okay, Jim, thanks a lot. Well, the Godfather of Irish music entertains hundreds tonight at a local college. That's coming up. But first, here are tonight's winning lottery numbers.
A simple comparison between Ford Taurus and Chevy Lumina. Taurus has won an impressive array of industry awards. The Lumina? The 94 Ford Taurus has 50 improvements over last year's model. The Lumina? And Ford Taurus features dual airbags standard. Lumina? Plus, you can lease a Taurus for just $299 a month for 24 months. So when comparing our Taurus with Lumina, we decided if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all. Get America's bestseller at your local Ford dealer. Quality people, quality products.
Hi, I'm Chuck Lakefield from WKLX along with Topsicle, here to invite you kids ages 5 to 12 to enter the Tops Friendly Markets National Frozen Food Month Coloring Contest. As part of Tops Frozen Food Month, Tops, Channel 8, and WKLX are giving away 2 Super Nintendo game sets. Stop by the customer service desk at one of these 5 participating Tops Friendly Markets. Pick up your entry form and mail it into WROC Channel 8. It's Tops Friendly Markets National Frozen Food Month Coloring Contest. Visit a participating Tops today and you could win a Super Nintendo game set.
Jack Greco's Great American Oak and Mattress Sales going on now. You'll save 55 to 68% off in every department. Plus, there's 6 months interest-free. Ask for details. Your choice, a solid oak 42-inch trestle table that extends to 94 inches and 4 solid oak aeroback chairs, or a 58-inch wide solid oak hutch with brass and glass doors. Your choice, only $11.99. Now that's savings. Jack Greco's Oak and Brass Great American Oak and Mattress Sale ends soon. See us today.
What does your Rochester GMC truck dealer have that no one else has? Sonomas! Not just a few, but a lot. A whole lot full. A special shipment of 200 all-new for 94 GMC Sonomas have rolled into town, and now you have the opportunity to snap one up. With the most powerful V6 in its class, a big bed for your gear, and all the options you'd expect from GMC Sonoma. You can get all this for a price that won't last long. Now's the time to get your Sonoma, because with all they've got going for them, they're going to go fast. Get to your Rochester GMC truck dealer before these deals are gone.
Well, before we leave tonight, let's get a final look at our weather with Mike.
Well, when you head out the door tomorrow morning, we will see some dense fog, especially in southern sections, but some sunshine tomorrow afternoon, and temperatures will rebound to near 40 degrees.
Okay, Mike, thanks a lot. Final sports?
March Madness continues or starts. We will talk to Syracuse tomorrow.
Okay, Jim, thanks a lot. That's our news tonight. We thank you for joining us. We leave you with the music of Tommy Makem, the godfather of Irish music. The singer and storyteller hosted his ever-popular Irish celebration at Nazareth College. From all of us here at News Channel 8, good night and have a great week.
There's music in the rafters all the long winter nights. Those long winter nights, the fire burning bright. The fiddlers in the morning by the flickering firelight. And the laughter and good company will make your spirits bright. There's music